Hi guys and welcome back to Slice of Mike. Today I thought I would share with you some of the books that I've read so far in 2017. Think of it just as a very informal wrap up. I don't even know when I read them. It doesn't matter. They're just some books that I have strong opinions about, good and bad, and I wanted to talk about them. So let's get into it. Let's start with the bad. First on the list is What Belongs to You by Garth Greenwell, which is a book that I bought because I was hearing amazing things about it for months. That is the saddest story a booktuber can ever tell you, but it's one that gets told time and time again, unfortunately. Reasons why I didn't like this book: I found the writing very pretentious, which incidentally is a reason why people actually do like this book. I don't understand why. The main character is completely unemotional, which is kind of related to things from his past that get discussed briefly during the book, but you never really learn that much about his history or why he is the way he is. For me, that was a problem because I was trying to invest myself in the events of the story to have the author say, oh, it doesn't really matter what happened, we're moving on to a new topic. I didn't really appreciate that as a reader, and I never appreciate it. So nothing against this book personally, I just hate that in books. If you're looking for a book with diverse characters, you should know that the main character in this book is gay, and the other prominent character in the book is also gay. That's one of the reasons I picked it up, is because I wanted to read something hella gay, and it turned out backfiring. Even though I didn't like it, you guys might like it, and if you're looking for, like I said, diverse books, then this should be one that you consider. Regardless of my own opinions, I want you guys to find the books that speak to you. I fully acknowledge that this might be one of them, even though I thought it was a pile of burning trash. Next on my list is A Shadow Bright and Burning by Jessica Cluess. This is the first book in her new series called Kingdom on Fire. I loved this book. I did a full review. You can just go watch my review if you want my thoughts on the book. I haven't read a lot of good YA fantasies lately, and I felt like this really re-inspired me and renewed my faith in the genre because things were a little shaky there for a while. Next on my list is Fin Fancy Necromancy by Randy Henderson, which is a book that sadly a friend gave to me as a very thoughtful gift, and I wanted to like it so hard, and I didn't like it. But it's not my fault, I can't help the way I feel. I apologize to this friend endlessly for not liking the book that he bought me, but that's just how it goes sometimes. This book is about a guy named Finn who is a necromancer, and the whole story is about him trying to clear his name for a crime that he didn't commit, and it's tinged with this humor that really fell flat for me. I didn't think it was funny at all. And another huge pain in my butt was the 80s nostalgia, which is strewn throughout this book. I find it really distracting as somebody not born during that time period. Half of the references I'm just like, I don't get it. And even the ones that I do get, I'm like, okay, but it really has nothing to do with the book. At least this friend and I were able to joke about how this book turned out to be a perfect storm of everything that I hate, which is really unlucky for both of us. So far that is 2 books that I hated and then 1 book that I loved. Continuing with the books that I love, we have Private Citizens by Tony Tulatamudi, which is kind of like a millennial The Interestings, which is another book that I love. It's about a group of 20-somethings living in and around San Francisco, and they all have terrible problems with their personalities and with their lives. It's kind of sad how much they mess each other's lives up, but it's also really funny. This book actually is funny, at least it was to me. I thought it was immensely relatable as somebody in my 20s, but I think it's really relatable for anyone going through life changes, which is probably all of us. It really just evokes characters so well, and I found it endlessly entertaining, and I liked it. 5 out of 5 stars. Last on the list is Hide by Matthew Griffin, which I saw in a bookstore for half off the publisher's price, and a friend had told me he really liked it, and so I was like, sure, I'll buy it. Why not take a risk? That always works out well. This time it actually did work out well. I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. It is the story of 2 men who meet during World War II. They buy a cabin in the middle of nowhere, and they have this very isolated life, but this very passionate life at the same time. The majority of the plot focuses the 2 main characters as old geezers. They are lovable, in my opinion, mostly because they are cranky, and who doesn't love cranky old people? One of the guys has a stroke on like page 1, so calm down, it's not a spoiler. And then the rest of the book deals with his partner trying to take care of him in the aftermath of that terrible, life-threatening medical condition. Things probably turn out the way you expect, but what happens along the way is a beautiful love story. It's not romance in the traditional sense. I was looking at reviews on Goodreads, and people were pretty upset because they were going to this expecting one thing. They wanted gay romance, and they found something completely different, but it's also beautiful in how it is a romance and also not a romance because it doesn't focus on the aspects of a relationship you would expect it to focus on, but it still shows how much these two people mean to each other. And I thought that was beautiful. And there you have it. Those are the 5 books that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. If I have inspired you to pick up any of these books, even the ones I didn't like, then let me know which one in the comment section below. If you've read any of them, let me know what your thoughts are on the topic. That's all for today. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you all later. Bye!